How's it going, everyone? I'm going to be taking another look at this game Raw, which by the way has been successfully funded on Kickstarter. The original request was 79,000 US dollars, and so far as of today, they have funded a total of 134,000. But basically what I'm going to do is read through the Kickstarter description, see what their actual plan is with this game, and point out the positives, and what looks good, what would actually be fun. And one thing I'm going to tell you right now up front, it's actually quite hard to read through this game's description without shitting on it. The players start out on an empty map. There's no city, no buildings, no jobs, nothing. And the initial group of players, I guess they gather together, they choose a governor, and the governor sort of coordinates the construction of the city. My initial thoughts on this is it's got to be really difficult to get a server started, especially having to deal with trolls and people who don't take the game seriously. It is going to be extremely difficult to get a server started. This is going to basically turn out to be private servers or well-established servers with good moderation are the ones that are most fun to play on. You know, the servers that actually take the game seriously. And then there's going to be a whole slew of servers that don't take the game seriously. Just a bunch of trolls memeing around. The trolls are going to show up, kind of ruin the gameplay experience, people are going to leave, and the server's probably just going to die sooner or later. And this boils down to the game not being fun for the casual player base. And that becomes a big problem because the casual player base is the majority of players. There's not a lot of people that take hardcore RP seriously, and without a player population, this type of game just does not work. Now in the Kickstarter description, they say they're going to implement NPCs and figure out some type of way to make the game fun when there's a lack of players. But I mean, who wants to play RP with a bunch of AI? The reason RP works in Gary's mod and Grand Theft Auto is because there is a massive casual player base. And the reason there's a massive casual player base is because they do not revolve strictly around role-playing. If you watched my previous video which compares a similar game titled Onset to Raw, well, there's another reason why I believe Onset is the better game. Because Onset isn't strictly an RP game, it's a sandbox with an RP game mode, plus other game modes for the casual player base to enjoy. I recommend you check that video out if you're interested in this style of game. I think Onset looks promising and we should give it a chance. And if you want to see more videos like this one, I'll be publishing often. Hit that subscribe button, hit the like button as well to support my channel. My primary focus is Sandbox, being developed by Facepunch Studios, which if you're not familiar is essentially Gary's Mod 2. And you can check that out through my older videos or simply going to sandbox.facepunch.com. Raw's Kickstarter description sort of contradicts itself. In one part of the description it says the island starts out raw with nothing but vegetation, and then further down in the description it says if there is little to no player participation, then car dealerships will have rusty cars, general stores will have just basic items, etc. So I'm sort of confused as to whether this island starts out with a basic city or if it starts out with nothing and the players need to build the city. Moving on to some gameplay details, it says here that players have the option to either buy pre-constructed buildings or build their own building. If they go to the route of building their own building, not only do they have to pay for the materials, but they also have to find a way to have the materials delivered. I work construction in real life, and the reason I play video games isn't to simulate real life. The reason I play video games is to sort of escape real life and have fun. So having materials delivered in real life and building a building in real life is fun. I mean, it's not fun. It's actually really gay. Why would I want to go home and play a game where I have to do that virtually as well? And I think one thing that we can all agree on is hyper-realism in video games is not fun. It might sound like a cool concept and be cool on paper, but when it comes down to it and you're actually playing it, it's actually really, really lame. And then to add on to this hyper-realism aspect, you have to own property and you have to pay taxes on that property. So I basically pay taxes in real life so I can go home and play video games to pay taxes in video games as well. That's a pretty cool concept. I'm sort of starting to get the idea that we should just forget about real life entirely, put on a virtual reality headset, and just play Raw for the rest of our life. The only time we take off the headset is when we need to take a shower, use the bathroom, or eat some food or whatever. But apart from that, you know, we'll just simulate real life. And I'm sure it's gonna be lots and lots of fun. Now I'm sort of considering the technical demand of this level of realism. If we have a city where we have to pay taxes and we have to build our own buildings by ordering construction materials, have them delivered, etc., then this city better look hyper realistic as well. There better be NPCs walking around the sidewalks, in the grocery stores, you know, people buying stuff, pushing their shopping carts, putting items in the shopping carts, etc. You know, otherwise it's just not going to add up. Or, you know, let's just be real here. If we're going to focus on hyper realism, it's simply not possible. So why should we try to create a hyper realistic game when it's just going to be half-assed? And then I'll repeat what I said earlier, hyper realism is not fun. And there's a few other points, but it all kind of boils down to the same thing. This game, if the developers are truly capable of delivering on their promises, if that is a big if, I still don't think this game is going to be fun. There's not going to be enough players to make it worthwhile. Nobody's really going to take it as seriously as the developers hope, and it's just simply not going to work out. Well, guys, I tried to be positive about Raw. I tried to point out the bright side and bolster this game and make it look good and fun, and why, you know, try to consider options why we should buy it and give it a chance, but I'm just having a hard time doing that. That's probably enough shitting on one game for one video session. Thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. If you made it to the end of this video, I really appreciate it. If you want to see more videos like this one, and if you're not subscribed, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you are subscribed, make sure to turn on that bell to receive notifications whenever I publish a new video. And any sort of engagement with these videos, hitting the like button, leaving a comment, this type of engagement helps the YouTube algorithm recommend my videos and sort of promote me. And you don't have to do all that. I know a lot of people like to just watch videos and chill, but if you have it in you to leave a comment or hit that like button, it means a lot.